how I deal with hate on YouTube. I'm gonna state this first. I don't get a lot of hate on YouTube. This is just more so to just kind of help other people who may get a lot of hate, um, or kind of people who are starting out and are worried about that and how they should deal with it. First of all, my belief is you should not care. Because my thought is this: I'm a YouTuber, right? And a lot of people will comment on my videos. And every comment, like or dislike, gets my video shared around more through the algorithm. Every person who says, man, this video sucks, and clicks off, that view still gets to the algorithm and gets my video shared around more. So at the end of the day, the fact is, hate doesn't matter. And you should, and now people say don't feed the trolls, don't respond to comments. No, I actually do, because as far as I'm concerned, most of my videos have had pretty fair people who have pretty fair responses. On my Jeremy video I made talking about why I really dislike his channel and him as a person and things like that. When I made that video, there's a guy who responded, I don't get your criticism about Batman not being able to kill. He did it in the 40s, 60s comics, or 40s comics, whatever. And he also did in Batman 1989, and I responded to him with a paragraph that basically you shouldn't hold modern day Batman up to the standards of like 60 year ago Batman, right? Or 80 year ago Batman. And then I also responded to him saying that Batman 1989 was directed by Tim Burton. Tim Burton didn't understand anything about Batman, and it is an accurate Batman portrayal or adaptation. So my point in saying Batman killing people was that it is against his character if he is written correctly and presented correctly. And so when he does it poorly, it misrepresents the character. And he responded quite nice about it. He's like, oh, thank you. I didn't have this perspective or insight, and thank you for giving me that. I get a lot of respectful comments like that on my videos. So I'm just going to state now, I don't get a lot of hate on videos. I don't get a lot of really negative feedback or anything. There are videos I do get a lot of hate on. And one in particular was the Black is King video. Now, I am mad at myself for this video, not because I disagree with anything I said in the video. I do think the way this film was being advertised and some of the descriptions of this, it being the black version of The Lion King and stuff like that. Now, I don't agree with all my criticisms in that video, but I also should have been more positive about it because the colors in that movie and the costumes were all really great, and I didn't acknowledge any of the good merits of the film at all within the video, and I should have done that. And I think that's a big flaw right there with that video. But my issue with that video is a lot of the comments didn't watch the video. So we have people saying, I had a comment that said, nobody has a problem when it's an all-white cast, only when it's an all-black cast. And again, my criticism was not that there were black people in the movie, like some people were taking it. And I responded to them saying I didn't complain that there were all-black cast. I said that we don't need an all-black version of The Lion King because The Lion King is a character that takes place with fictional characters, and anyone can relate to the story, so it doesn't need to be tied to a specific race or whatever. And all those comments that I responded to in that video do not have replies back to them, because you'll find that most people who don't watch your video and when you respond back to them won't respond because they realize, oh, I was an idiot, and they can't respond back in a way that doesn't make them look really stupid. And that's why you shouldn't always respond to haters, but you should, at least respond somewhat, And there are people who are just like, to tell you to go kill yourself, and you should never respond to people like that, or you shouldn't respond to people who are clearly just there to hate you. Like, these people were there to, some of them had legit criticism, some of them did respond, others don't, and the ones that won't respond are pretty obvious and they're very easy to pinpoint. But I think you should always take whatever they say with a grain of salt, but you also should be willing to acknowledge criticism within your own videos. If someone says, hey bro, you messed up about this, you got the date wrong, you should go, oh, I guess I did, I apologize, thank you for correcting me, or whatever, and then you can just move on. There are people respectful about that, but we all make mistakes. We're all human. We all make videos with mistakes. No YouTuber has ever made a video that's completely flawless, okay, and has no mistakes. So, I'm just saying, I really, 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 really highly doubt that no one has to deal with criticism. It's just a matter of how you deal with it. Some people, they get really pissed off and upset. I don't think it's worth getting pissed off and upset about, because at the end of the day, your video gets shared more through the algorithm, and that's because comments are good. Feedback is good. There's a saying that there's no such thing as negative press, because as long as you're talking about it, who cares, right? Because if you're talking about it, you're invested in it, you watch it, you will do it. All these people who were complaining about the Joker before it came out, they had all seen Joker. All these people who complain about Batman vs. Superman and Man of Steel, or the Lion King remake, they had all seen it. All these people who complain about The Rise of Skywalker, The Last Jedi, they all saw it. They're all buying merchandise. They're all part of it. So, I'm just saying, like, there's no such thing as negative press, and that's a fact of life. So when you get those negative comments and you're responding to them like it's a big deal, you shouldn't, because it's not. And if a comment really bothers you and hurts your feelings, there is a delete button. And if you constantly get people coming back and the same people, block them, block accounts. Also, if there's something that really bothers you in any way, you can also report their accounts and get them deleted, all kinds of stuff. There's other ways to deal with it. I don't think it's worth getting so worked up over ever. So that's my advice to anyone who's starting out and how to deal with negative feedback or comments on videos, because at the end of the day, criticism is good. There's constructive criticism that can help you better yourself, and then there's also the form of criticism where they're just here to be a bully, and you can just ignore those people because they have no lives, and that's why they're on your video bullying you. So